representing Slovakia. And the coach, Dusan Malinovsky. Here is Radoslav Malinovsky. And on position A, with a qualification score of 1,161 points, also Republic of Korea, Chong Hee Chong is the coach, and Ju Sung Shul. And the officials of this final, the jury member in charge will be Joel Biondo, Brazil. The assistant jury for that final, Pablo Lobos, Chile. And it's time for the one and only Chief Range Officer, Christian Bailly, France. So let's get ready, start the marathon with your applause. Give me your hands, hand them to the line. Applause, applause, applause.
Take your positions.
So 3 minutes time for the athlete to find the perfect position for this 50-meter final, the marathon of all finals. You will understand what I mean when I explain you the rules of this final. It starts with 3 series by 5 shots. For each series, they have 200 seconds time.
It's day 4 of finals here at the WSPS World Championships Lima 2023, and it promises to continue to be an action-packed treat for you. This is final 2 of 4 that we have taking place today. 260 of the world's top athletes have descended upon the capital of Peru to battle it out for medals, world champion status, and Paralympic Games quota places for Paris 2024. I'm Jamie, and you are very welcome here. Thank you for joining us at the Las Palmas shooting range in this impressive finals hall. We just heard Philip Bernard, our announcer, introducing the 8 finalists competing in the R7 men's 50-meter rifle, 3 positions, SH1 event. Now we are broadcasting all over the place, really, on the World Wide Web, including on the ISSF Facebook page. So if you are more familiar with ISSF shooting sport events, then let me tell you that the SH1 in the title of this event tells us that the athletes have the upper body strength to hold their rifle, and generally have an impairment in their non-upper limbs. In terms of the format, for a 3 positions final, it's pretty much the same. So first of all, we'll have 3 series of 5 shots in the kneeling position. Then we'll have our 7 minutes changeover and sighting time. 3 series of 5 shots in the prone position. And then we'll have 9 minutes changeover and sighting time. We'll then have 2 series of 5 shots in the standing position, followed by 5 single shots, still in standing position. And that will be it for the final. But I should tell you about the eliminations. The first 2 eliminations will take place after the second series of 5 shots in the standing position. And then they just keep on coming. After every single shot, another elimination takes place. So shot 45 will decide the gold medal. If at any point we have a tie-break situation for the lowest ranked athlete to be eliminated, then those athletes in that tie-break will fire additional tie-breaking single shots until the tie has been broken. So a reminder, but after the 2 series of 5 shots, the 2 athletes ranked lowest, so in 8th and 7th, they will be eliminated, and then it's after every single shot. And silver gold's been decided after shot 45. It's an epic competition. The longest event. 8 experienced athletes out there, currently in their sighting shot period, as they make their final preparations. Let's talk a little bit about them. So at the moment, on your screen, he is on position number G, or letter G even. That is Marek Dobrowolski of Poland. R1 European Championship silver. This year in Rotterdam. This is his first final at a World Championship, but I can also tell you that Marek Dobrowolski of Poland has secured a quota place for the Paralympic Games in Paris 2024. So Marek has secured that for his NPC for Poland. So congratulations there. I'll tell you about the second quota place from this event in a moment. Now you can see on firing point F, representing Republic of Korea, it's the world number 2, Lee Jang-ho. There's his coach there. R1 bronze here. Just the other day, has R7 World Championship bronze from 2018 and 2022. 2022 being in Alain. Here on at firing point E, it's the world number 6, Laszlo Sarangi. Rio 2016 Paralympic gold. Tokyo Paralympic Games silver. Looking for his first R7 medal from a World Championship here today. Now this man has been very, very regular, shall we say. Very familiar face and name here at this World Championship. Park Jin-ho, Republic of Korea. Placed 6th at the World Championships in Alain in this event. Has silver from Sydney 2019. 2 Paralympic Games medals from Tokyo 2022. And from this World Championship already, silver in the R10 team event. R1 gold and R3 bronze. He's having a good World Championships here in Lima, I think it's fair to say. We're now looking at the coach for Jean-Louis Michaud of France. 2 World Cup medals to his name. Actually, no stranger to the Lima World Cup, because that's where they came from back in 2021 in other events, looking for his first R7 World Championship medal here today. This is the world number 1 on your screen right now. Radoslav Malinovsky of Slovakia. World Cup gold this year in this event from Osijek. World Championship silver in the R7 from Alain last year. Now we've got Ju Sung-chul, also Republic of Korea. 3 Koreans in this final. World Cup gold in this event from Changwon 2022, and also the Munich World Cup in the same year as well. Looking for his first World Championship medal in the R7 event. And let's just switch to firing point H to mention Csaba Resik of Hungary. Made the R1 final here the other day. Focusing on R7, has World Cup silver from Osijek this year. And also placed 7th at the Alain World Championships in this event last year. So as I mentioned, lots of experience. Speaking of experience, the voice you just heard in the background there, Mr. Christian Bailly of France. He is our Chief Range Officer for this final. The man with the commands, the commanding man. The other voice was Philip Bernard. He's our announcer here in the finals hall at the Las Palmas shooting range here in lovely Lima. It's a sunny day now. And a lot of cloud earlier. It was a little bit chilly, I would say, for our first final, which was the VIS. Gold going to Ega Solabareta Taketegi of Spain. The bronze going to Fran Strakic of Croatia. And if you're wondering about the silver, that went to Barbara Moskow of Poland. That was the VIS mixed 10-meter air rifle event. VI standing. This is our second final of the day. Day 4 of finals. Here at the WSPS World Championship at Lima 2023. It's the R7 men's 50-meter rifle, 3 positions, SH1 event, and we are about to get underway. Some early scores coming in. Lee with a 10.4. Malinowski with a 10.5. The world number 1 off to a fine start there. A couple of 10.4s. Meanwhile, Laszlo Sarangi has one of those 10.4s. And I should tell you as well, Laszlo Sarangi of Serbia securing the 2nd quota place for Paris 2024 Paralympic Games from this event. So 2 quota places, 1 has gone to Laszlo Sarangi for his MPC for Serbia, and the other for Marek Dobrowolski for Poland. Michaud of France currently on a total of 20.3 after 2 shots in this first series. Malinowski's had 3 shots on a total of 29.7. Zhu's last shot was a 10.3. 3 shots into his first series on a total of 28.9 as things stand. Lee and Sarangi had 4 shots. Reshik of Hungary has completed the series. Final shot there was a 10. Total of 47.4 for the Hungarian. Dobrowolski also completing his series on 49.7. His last shot was a 10.1. Lee, Sarangi and Malinowski now finishing their series. 3 athletes still to go. Zhu, Michaud and Park. Zhu signing out with a nice 10.4 there. Just Michaud and Park to go. Just over 30 seconds to go in this series as well. 10.3 from Park, total of 49.3 for his first series. Michaud with a 9.8 there, 49.7 the total for the Frenchman. So that's our first series of 5 shots. 2 more to come in this position. Let's take a look at the table after those 5 shots. You can see confirmation of those quota places. Dobrowolski and Sarangi. Lee leading the way, 1.1 ahead of Dobrowolski of Poland, who's sharing 2nd place with Michaud of France, their total of 49.7, and just 0.1 behind is Sarangi in 4th place, just 0.2 behind. Sarangi is Zhu of Korea in 5th place, and 0.1 behind him is Park in 6th place. So it's really close out there, as you'd expect in these early stages. Reshik in 8th place. World number 1 Malinowski currently in 7th place. But it's a long final. A lot can change. 10.3 for Reshik, good start to the series there. Same score for Dobrowolski as well. 10.3 as well for Lee. We've had a 10.5 meanwhile from Park Jin-ho. It's the highest individual score so far in this series. 10.4 from Reshik. Much better 2nd series so far from the Hungarian. Michaud of France with a 10.5 there. Reshik's 3rd shot was a 9.7, had 3 out of 5. Michaud has also had 3 out of 5. Grand total of 79.6 after 8 shots. 10.1 from Malinovsky, who will be looking to move up the table. Lee Jang-ho's last shot was a 10.4. Three Koreans in this final. One of the reasons why the quota places have been confirmed already due to limited spaces, of course. Just had a 10.7 there from Lee Jang-ho. One of the Koreans competing is Park Jin-ho. No stranger to this World Championship, was part of the silver medal winning team in the R10 event. A couple of individual medals, R1 gold and also R3 bronze. Can he add to that here in the R7 event? Malinovsky signed out Series 2 with a 10.3. Jablowski with a 10.4. Look at that lovely 10.8 there from Sarangi of Serbia, who secured a quota place today for world number 4 on a total of 101.9 after 10 shots.
Stop.
So that's 2 series down now. 1 more series to go in this first position of the 3 positions final. That's the table as it looked before this series. Now after this series, Lee is the leader, 1.4 ahead of Sarangi in second place. Previously second was being shared. Bit of a change there. Jablowski in third, 1.5 behind second. Michaud is just 0.1 behind in fourth place. Shabareshik of Hungary, better series there, 0.7 behind seventh. He remains in eighth, but just 0.7 the difference now between seventh and eighth place. As I said, much better series for Shabareshik of Hungary. And it is Zhu of Korea in 7th place, behind Park in 6th. Malinovsky was in 7th, now up into 5th. 10.8 from Malinovsky. Talk of the devil. World number 1. Sarangi's first shot was a 10.2 in Series 3 here. A 10 for Drobowski of Poland. Park had a 10.4 and then followed it up with an 8.9 on a total of 117.9. Malinovsky's third shot was a 10.4. Looking good there, the Slovakian. 10.7 meanwhile from Shabareshik of Hungary. On a total of 137.1 now, looking to move up the table. Previously in 8th place. A long way to go till our first elimination, but of course it's eliminations plural in this event. The first eliminations will be for 7th and 8th place. But like I said, a little while to go till we get there. Look at Shabareshik. 10.8 there to conclude his third series. After a slow start, definitely finding a bit of a rhythm. Lee with a 10.6 to close his series. Same score for Malinovsky, who's on a total of 152.4 now. As things stand, Lee is the leader, but we're not quite done yet in this series. Park, Michaud and Zhu still to go. .6 from Zhu. Waiting on Park and Michaud. But it has been a great series for Shabareshik. 9.5 from Michaud and a 10.5 from Park. So, I mentioned Shabareshik, who has been able to move up the table into 6th place now. After that slow start for the Hungarian. Competing in his second final here at the WSPS World Championship, Lima 2023. Lee is the leader though, still 2.4 behind Malinovsky, world number 1 in second place. Sarangi in third, just 1 point behind. Mentioned Reshik in 6th now, 1.6 behind at 5th place. Our athletes will now have their changeover and sighting time as they prepare for 3 series of 5 shots in the prone position. If you've just joined us, this is the R7 men's 50-meter rifle 3 positions SH1 event. Final 2 of 4 that we have today on day 4 of competitions. After the 3 series of 5 shots in the prone position, we'll then have 2 series of 5 shots in the standing position. And after those 2 series, that's really when things hot up in this final, because the athletes ranked in 7th and 8th place after the second series of 5 shots in the standing will leave the competition. Then we have 5 single shots in the standing position still, and after each single shot another elimination will take place unless we have a tie-break situation and a shoot-off is required. So shot 44 will decide the bronze medal, shot 45 will decide the silver and gold medals. So Philip Bernard, our announcer, is up to something down there, keeping the audience entertained here in the finals hall at Lima. I know he has a raffle planned at some point, a lottery. I don't know if that's taking place now or during the 9-minute changeover, but when it is, obviously, as you can tell from my brief description, it's pretty exciting stuff, so we might hand over to him for that, but I don't think it's taking place just yet. And if you have joined us recently, it is a World Championship and there's a lot to play for. Of course, medals, World Champion status, but also quota places for the Paralympic Games Paris 2024. We've been giving them out where possible throughout this World Championship here in Lima. 2 have already been decided from this event. There's a number of reasons why. There are limitations for nations, athletes, 3 athletes from Korea, who I believe are pretty much, I think they've got 1 more space left to pick up a quota. I think they're pretty much there. But having 3 Koreans in the final helped things along in terms of confirming the places before the final even began. 2 of them being confirmed. And if you weren't here earlier when I revealed them, I'll put you out of your misery now and tell you. Laszlo Sarangi for Serbia, securing a quota place for Paris 2024 for his NPC. That's the first one. The second one, Marek Dobrowolski of Poland, securing a quota place there for his NPC. There he is on screen at the moment. About 3 minutes and 20 seconds of sighting time to come. It's a really busy World Championships. I mentioned what's to play for here. There's around 260 athletes who have made their way to Lima. I think 54 countries in total. 7 days of competition in total. That's for sure. This is day 4. It's been exclusively rifle and pistol events so far, but trap will get underway tomorrow over at the shotgun range. Busy day ahead. We've got, after this, R7 final, the R8 final at 3:30. And that will be followed by the P2 final at 5:15. So it's a busy day. And as I mentioned, if you like your shotgun, tomorrow is when we'll get underway with the trap finals. We have an SH2 mixed final in the morning here, 11 a.m. local time. And then in the afternoon, we'll move into trap phase of the World Championship here in Lima. It is the political and economical and spiritual heart of Peru. A population of around 8.9 million people, which is almost a third of the country's population. It is the second most populous city in South America. And by size, land mass, I guess, I believe it's the 5th largest city in South America. I say I believe because you can't always believe everything you read on the internet, but that is what I read on the internet, okay? Sue the internet if it's wrong. Something I can tell you that is definitely true, because I've been here now for a few days and had chance to indulge, is the fact that it is regarded, Lima is regarded as the gastronomical capital of the Americas. And I like food, and I like Lima's food. It's definitely worth coming out here just to try the food alone. It's also a desert city, which is something I did not know before coming out here. Squeezed between the Pacific Ocean and the Andes Mountains, built over a desert once upon a time. And I'm not done, fact fans. I've got another fact for you. It's the second biggest desert city in the world after Cairo. So there you go. You're welcome. So we're nearly there. Just over 30 seconds to go. And then we'll have a free series of 5 shots in the prone position. Then we'll have another pause. There'll be 9 minutes of changeover and sighting time before the standing position. And in that period of time, I imagine Philip, our announcer, will be doing his lottery. So we'll probably join him. If not, I'll have more Lima facts for you. Don't you worry. But that's to come. For now, we've got the real business of the final. The R7 men's 50-meter rifle, 3 positions, SH1 event getting back underway once again. 8 athletes doing battle. Here's a reminder of the current standings. After 3 series of 5 shots and kneeling, Lee the man to catch. Total of 154.8, 2.4 more than Malinowski in second. And we are underway. First series of 5 shots in the prone. Highest individual score so far has just come through, in fact, a 10.7 from Park. I was about to say a 10.4 from Drwolski. .8 there from Lee Jiang-ho, the leader. Total of 175.1 as things stand. Malinowski 10.7 for his second shot. We've had a 10.8 meanwhile over on firing point H with Shabareshik of Hungary. Looking to continue his rise up the table after a slow start after the first series. But you don't want to peak too soon in this event. It can be the event of the slow burner. Fourth shot for Drwolski was a 10.4. Did I mention Lee's? Was that a second 10.8 for Lee? Shabareshik has concluded his first series in the prone. It was a 9.5, his final shot there. Total of 197.5. Will that be enough to keep him where he was in 6th or move him up the table? Lee has signed out as well. 10.4, his 5th shot there. Drwowski's done. Park's done. Zhu's done. 3 athletes still to go. 10.8 from Malinowski. And a 10.6 from Michaud, a 10.2 from Sarangi, and that is our first series of 5 shots in the prone position. So let's take a look at the standings. We've still got another 2 series of 5 shots to go. In the prone, here we go. Lee still the man to catch, 2.6 ahead of Malinowski, who's still in 2nd place. Shabareshik has dropped back down to 8th, 1.4 behind Zhu in 7th. And there's just a 0.2 difference between 7th and 6th, because when we get to the elimination phase of the competition, we will be saying goodbye to 7th and 8th at the same time. That will be after the 2nd series of 5 shots in standing. This is series 2 in prone. Shabareshik with a 10.1, 10.2 for Drwowski. 10.5 for Malinowski. In 2nd place, looking to catch Lee. Lee with a 9.6. We've had a 10.7 from Park. A lot of nice scores coming in. So everybody's had a shot at least in this 2nd series. Park's 2nd shot was a 10.6. Shabareshik's 3rd shot was a 10.7. He'll be once again looking to move up the table. Found himself in 8th, then found himself in 6th, now finds himself in 8th again. 10.8 from Michaud of France. He's on a total of 221.4. Still got 3 shots to go. 2 shots to go now, up to 231. Zhu on 10.7. That was his 3rd shot of 5 in this 2nd series in the prone position. Shabareshik is done. Finished the series. Just had a 10.7 there from Sarangi of Serbia. 10.9 from Drwowski. That's as good as it gets. A perfect 10.9 from the Pole on a total of 251.5. Already been a good day's work for Drwowski, securing a quota place for Poland. Same can be said for Sarangi, securing a quota place for Serbia as well. Right then, we've had 2 series now of 5 shots in the prone. Some big scores and some big applause as well for our athletes. Let's take a look at the table then after those 2 series in the prone position. Here we are, still Lee leading, 2.2 ahead of Malinowski. Reshik is still in 8th place, 2.2 behind Park in 7th. He's 1.3 behind Zhu in 6th, 0.2 behind Drwowski. Zhu is in 6th, Drwowski in 5th.
For the next competition series.
So we have 1 more series of 5 shots now. It's about to get underway in the prone position. Here we go. And the first scores are coming in. 10.3 from Lee Jiangho on a total of 267.9. He remains the leader as things stand. Leader Lee. 10.6 from Malinowski, the world number 1, who found himself in 2nd place after that 2nd series, looking to make up some ground on Lee. 10.7 from Shabareshik. That was his 2nd shot in this series. And look at that, 10.9 from Malinovsky. His second shot in Series 3 in the prone. That's what he needs if he's to catch up with Lee. Jaworski's had 3 shots on a total of 282.3. This is our final series in the prone position. Three shots out of 5 for Zhu. Shot 3 being a 10.6 for the Korean. 3 Koreans competing in this final. They've had a busy World Championship so far here in Lima. Shabareshik has completed his 3 series of 5 shots in the prone. Same for Jaworski, signing out with a 10.6 there. He's on a total of 303.5. Malinovsky, a series that included a 10.9, has finished with a 10.3. And Lee with a uncharacteristically low by his standards in this final, 9.9. That might have changed things at the top. There's a slim difference now between first and second of 0.2. And I can tell you there's a new leader. We'll talk about that in a moment. We're waiting on Sarangi now to complete the series, which he does with a 10.2, with just a second or 2 remaining. So we do have a new leader. As you can see, it was Lee previously. Lee had been leading the way really since the final began. Malinovsky is the new leader, but look at that, just 0.2 separating the top 2. Shabareshik is still in 8th place, 2.5 behind Park Jin-ho in 7th. And then we've got some slim differences. You saw the athletes tied in 3rd spot there as well. So, you can hear Philip's voice. We might cross over to him in a moment, but let me tell you what's happening. Our finalists are now preparing for 2 series of 5 shots in the standing position. So this is their changeover and sighting time, their preparation. After Series 2 in the standing position, we will say goodbye to the athletes in 8th and 7th place. Then we move into the single shot phase of the final, and really we just keep moving up a gear. We keep saying goodbye to a finalist after every single shot until the bronze medal has been decided after shot 44 and the silver and gold medals after shot 45. Of course, as always, if there is a tie-break situation for the lowest ranked finalists to be eliminated, then those athletes in that tie-break situation will fire additional tie-breaking single shots until the tie has been broken. So a 9-minute changeover and sighting time might feel like a lot of time to me, who has to keep talking, but as you can see, these guys are working fast out there. A lot of preparations have to be done to get ready for this next position. If you are new to WSPS events, the SH1 in the title of this event tells us that the athletes competing generally have an impairment in their non-upper limbs. So they have the upper body strength to hold a rifle, to simulate the standing position, the prone position, but generally have an impairment in their non-upper limbs. So if you're more familiar with ISSF events, because we are broadcasting on the ISSF Facebook page, rumor has it, then aside from that, it's all very similar, same format. So there's Philip, there's our announcer here in the last Paralympics shooting range finals hall. He's doing a raffle with the audience here, a lottery of some sort. You can see some exciting prizes there about to be awarded to somebody. There's a mug. We all need a mug in our life. Who's won the mug? Should we hand over to Philip so we can hear what he's saying? I'm waiting for the thumbs up from my team. If not, you're stuck with me, I'm afraid.
After the 3, there must be a 0. 3-0. Oh,
there's the stands there.
Anybody else with a 3-0?
It's quite warm in the finals hall now. It was not for our first final today. Started off a very grey day, chilly, but the sun's come out. It's lovely out there now, and we're definitely feeling a bit of warmth in the finals hall. And it's nice, let me tell you, after this morning. So somebody's won a prize.
I know him since 20 years.
Of course, the real competition is happening in the background, but for now, we can enjoy the fact that somebody has won a mug. Somebody's day has been made, but these somebodies, 8 of them, they don't want a mug, they want a medal and a world champion status, and maybe even a quota place for the Paralympic Games, Paris 2024. Well, 2 of those have been confirmed already from this event. If you have just joined us and missed the news earlier, Laszlo Sarangi of Serbia and Marek Dabrowski of Poland, they have both secured quota places for Paris 2024 Paralympic Games for their NPC. So congratulations to them. But the work continues, of course. Quota places are nice, one of the reasons for being here, but there are still medals to play for. And we do need to crown a world champion in the R7 men's 50-meter rifle, 3 positions, SH1 event. But the other competition, the World Championship taking place right now, is Philip's Lottery, our announcer. He's given away a mug already. There's Laszlo Sarangi, one of those quota place winners from this event. And there on firing point F we have Lee Django, world number 2 in this event. Has R1 bronze from this World Championship already. R7 World Championship bronze from 2018 and 2022. He's had a busy World Championship, appearing in his 2nd final. Not as busy as Park Jin-ho's World Championship so far. Silver medal in the R10 event, part of the silver medal winning team for Korea. And then it has individual R1 gold from Lima and R3 bronze. Can he add an R7 to it? His haul of WSPS World Championship Lima 2023 medals. Now here we have Csaba Resik of Hungary, who also appeared in the R1 final here. Had a bit of an up and down final so far. A slow start, then managed to fight his way up the table and then found himself back in 8th place again.
Further on, by 6:30, enough time for the athletes to train.
2 minutes and 20-ish seconds to go, and then we will have our first series of 5 shots in the standing position.
By the athlete and the coaches.
After that, we'll have 1 more series of 5 shots. And after that 2nd series, the first 2 eliminations will take place. So the athletes in 8th and 7th will leave the competition at that stage. And to be honest, the rest won't be hanging around for much longer, because we then have single shots in standing. And after each one, another elimination takes place until shot 45, where the gold medal will be decided.
Position, it's only the body. Now we'll see which are the best.
Our chief range officer for this final is Mr. Christian Bailey of France. You can see him in the background as you face your screen. Top right next to Philip with the microphone. The man with the commands.
King of rifle shooting.
On C you can see Jean-Louis Michaud of France.
Upcoming 2 series.
No stranger to this finals hall. He was here in Lima for the World Cup in 2021. Took 2 medals. Looking for his first R7 World Championship medal here today.
8th and the 7th place, Resik and Park will be decided. So Zhu on the 6th.
Around 50 seconds to go now.
Which has to get from Pak and Resic. Resic must get the advantage of
The time
Zhu
is nearly up.
by Hammer's count.
The world record for this event, if you're wondering, is 4:68.9, recorded by Jonas Jakobsen of Sweden, way back in October 2013, Alicante, Spain.
And Zhu is only 0.4. That is nothing.
On firing point E, that's Laszlo Sarangi of Serbia.
Very fast.
On D, it's Park Jin-ho.
Also in danger, the 5th place Micho is not far away from Pak.
And just sneaking into the shot is Lee Jang-ho, world number 2. There's a reminder of the standings. Malinovsky, the leader. Danger zone, 7th and 8th, Park and Oreshik, but just 0.4 between 7th and 6th. It is Zhu in 6th place. 2 athletes sharing 3rd spot, Travolsky and Sarangi, the 2 quota place winners from this event. Bit of a difference between 2nd and 3rd, as you can see, 4.3. But a lot can still change because we still have a long way to go in this final. We're off, we're up and running. The first series of 5 shots in the standing position. .8 from Javolski. Nice way to start the series. 10.1 from the leader, Malinovsky. And look at that. Lee with a 10.8. If it stopped now, Lee would have moved back ahead of Malinovsky. There's a little way to go. 4 shots each left in this series. 3 shots left for Javolski. That was an 8.5 there. Zhu has had 1 shot so far, and it's a 10.2. Second shot, a 9.5 for the Korean Zhu, because of course there is 3 Koreans in this final. Park, Lee, and Zhu. Malinovsky's second shot was a 10.3. Lee's was a 9.4. So as things stand, Malinovsky is back ahead of Lee. Sarangi with a 10.6. Shavareshik with a 10. Zhu's third shot was a 10.7 on a total of 332.7 at the moment. Anxiously looking over his shoulders. Certainly coming into this series in 6th place. Park with a 10.7 there on 332.1 now. 2 shots to go for Park in this series. Michaud of France also has 2 shots to go on 331.4. Shabareshik 1 shot left, and he's just had it, signing out with a 10.5, taking his total up to 348.8 for the Hungarian. Park follows that 10.7 with a 9.1. .4 the last shot from Javolski, which has just been followed by a 9.5. Javolski has completed his series. And so has Malinovsky, signing out with a 9.9. Lee still has 1 shot to go. He'll be looking to move back ahead of Malinovsky. Zhu and Michaud have completed their series. So has Park. So is Lee with a 10.4. Which won't be enough to catch Malinovsky.
Stop.
And a 10 there for Sarangi as well. So that was our first series of 5 shots. It's still Reshik in 8th, Park in 7th. Look at that, Michaud of France has dropped down into 6th, and Zhu has jumped right up there into 3rd spot. 3.9 behind Lee in 2nd, Malinovsky still the leader. Sarangi in 5th, 0.1 behind is Michaud, as I mentioned. 6th is the safety zone, remember, because after the next series of 5 shots, 7th and 8th will leave the competition. There is just 0.3 difference between 7th and 6th. So, this is where things really heat up in this event. One more series of 5 shots in the standing position. And then our first eliminations, plural, will take place 8th and 7th. Still time.
For the next competition series, low.
Still time to move up that table.
Start.
We saw how quickly Zhu jumped up after that first series in the standing. We're up and running. The time has started. And the first shots are coming in. 10.5 from Shabareshik, who needs a big, strong series. 10.4 from Michaud, who also needs a strong series. Clinging on in 6th place. .5 from Jabolski. Second shot from Reshik was a 10.3. As things stand, Reshik has moved up into 7th place, knocking Sarangi down into 8th. Sarangi with a 7.9 there, his second shot of the series. But it is 7th and 8th that leave the competition, don't forget. .2 from Malinovsky in his battle with Lee at the top. Lee's last shot was a 9.1. Malinovsky has had one more shot so far in this series than Lee. 10.3 from Park. Michaud follows that 10.4 with a 10.2. Still 3 shots to go for the Frenchman. Reshik has 1 shot remaining. We'll need to make it count. .2, the final shot there from Reshik, who's on 399.1. .5 from Zhu, who's really finding his groove in this final. 10.3, the last score from Malinovsky. Michaud of France still has 2 shots to go. Laszlo Sarangi, 7.1, his final shot there. Jabolski of Poland with a 10.2, a total of 399.9. And it's now Michaud. Michaud with 2 shots remaining still. He's just had one of them, 9.9. We've got a 10.6 meanwhile from Park. So we've just got 1 shot to go now from Michaud of France. Just wait for this shot to come in from Michaud. 7th and 8th positions have been confirmed. Waiting on the Frenchman. Who's fired an 8.5, so that has changed everything. I jumped the gun there saying things have been confirmed. But it is in 8th place, Laszlo Sarangi, the world number 6 in this event. Representing Serbia, taking 8th place. Did secure a quota place though for his NPC. So all's not lost, making it into the final at a World Championship, securing a quota place for your NPC. That's Laszlo Sarangi of Serbia. And it went down to the final shot. Jean-Louis Mukshaw of France. There's Michaud, finishing on a total of 3.99, taking 7th place. And again, it shows you how quickly things can change by the shot. So, here's the updated table. In the new danger zone, it's Shabareshik who survived. A bit of a scare there. And the eliminations keep on coming after every single shot. Another athlete, unless a shoot-off is required, will leave the competition. So currently Shabareshik in that danger zone.
3.9 to the second place, Ju and E on the third. We'll see the next shot for the 6th place.
For the next competition,
and we're off.
Load.
Single shots now. Fired in a time of 50 seconds. Shabareshik looking to remain in the competition. 0.8 behind Pawlowski of Poland. It's a 9.8 from Reshik, which is the same score as Jaworski from Poland. So that will not be enough for the Hungarian to catch the pole. Still some scores to come in though. 10.2 meanwhile from Lee, 10.6 from Park. And it is confirmed. It is Shabareshik of Poland. Appearing in his second final, sorry, of Hungary, appearing in his second final at this World Championship. Shabareshik of Hungary, finishing on a total of 4:08.9. 6th place. Finished 7th at the Al Ain World Championships in this event. And as I mentioned, second final at this World Championship here in Lima. So those single shots keep on coming now, and they keep on signaling another elimination. Malinovsky leading the way, 2.3 lead now over Lee. Jaworski is in the danger zone of 5th place, 2 behind Park in 4th. Here we go. So Stravolski looking to remain in the competition. A 10. Oh, we've got a 10.8 for Malinovsky. We're waiting on Park now. A 10.2, that will do it. It does mean that the next elimination has been confirmed. Taking 5th place, it is Marek Stravolski of Poland. First final at a World Championship, and has secured quota place for the Paralympic Games Paris 2024 for Poland. So congratulations on that for Marek Jaworski. Right, we've got 4 athletes remaining now. Another single shot to come to decide 4th place. Let's take a look at the standings, the scores and the standings. This is after 42 shots. Park in the danger zone, but look at that, 0.5 behind. 2 athletes tied in 2nd place, Zhu and Lee, who are 3.2 behind Malinovsky in a top spot. So this could be very interesting indeed. Keep an eye on Park's score. He's on 421.9. Two athletes above him tied on 422.4. .2 from Malinowski, or 6.3 from Zhu. It's a 10.2 from Lee. We're waiting on Park now. Has a real chance of catching Zhu. And takes it.
Everything could happen.
Just shows again, you never know. Finishing on 428.7. It is Zhu Songchul of Republic of Korea. Was looking for his first World Championship medal in the R7 event. Came so close, finishing in at 4th place. And it all changed with that shot there. Zhu leaving the competition in a 4th place. And we're one shot away now from the bronze medal being decided. And 3 athletes remaining. Malinowski leading 2.2 ahead of Lee. Park in the bronze spot, 0.9 behind his fellow countryman Lee. 0.9 is the difference between 2nd and 3rd. This is shot 44 now, which could decide the bronze medal.
For the next competition, shot load. Start.
So can Park do it again? Managed it last time. .9 to make up though this time between Park and Lee. It's a 10 from Malinowski. 10.6 from Lee. Moves on to 443.2. 9.3 from Park. And it will be the bronze medal for Park Jin-ho. Finishing on a total of 441. And what a World Championship it has been for Park Jin-ho. Can now add the R7 bronze to the R10 silver, R1 gold, and also an R3 bronze as well.
So now we have
Don't even know if they'll let him on the plane home.
the line.
His luggage will weigh too much.
Malinowski goes down to 1.6.
So we are now left with 2 athletes.
By 1 shot.
It's the world number 2, Lee, up against the world number 1, Malinowski. 1.6 is the difference. And we have potentially 1 shot now to decide the gold medal. Radoslav Malinowski, world number 1, up against Lee Jang-ho, world number 2, for the gold medal and title of world champion. You can feel the tension in the room. It's a 9.6 from Malinowski, the same score as Lee, which does mean that Malinowski takes the gold medal and is the new R7 world champion. Radoslav Malinowski of Slovakia, securing the gold medal with a total of 454.4. He is the R7 world champion here at the WSPS World Championship, Lima 2023. What a battle. What a battle. And the silver medal, you can see on your screen there with a total of 452.8. It's the world number 2, Lee Jang-ho. Took World Championship bronze in 2018 and again in 2022. Now has a silver here in 2023 to add to that collection. So there are 3 medalists for the R7 event. Radoslav Malinowski with the gold, Lee Jang-ho with the silver, and Park Jin-ho with the bronze medals. The 2 medals for Republic of Korea, 1 for Slovakia, the gold. The man in the middle there, he's the world number 1, And he's now the world champion as well, Radoslav Malinovsky. So we are done with the R7 men's 50-meter rifle free positions SH1 event final here. But we're not done with our competitions for the day, because we have 2 more finals to come. The R8 final will start at 3:30 in the afternoon PM local time here in Lima, Peru. So we'll start our broadcast around about 10 minutes before then. But for now, that's it. We'll leave you with a reminder of how this final went with the standings on the screen there. Thank you very much for joining us here in Lima, Peru. And we've got lots more from the WSPS World Championship Lima 2023 to come. But for now, goodbye.
We become ready for the women's